Welcome, my darlings. Make yourself comfortable, and I have a tale to tell you. If you enjoy it, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I always enjoy your comments. Now, let us begin. Berserkir's Trek by Berserkir 64. Note: I'm trying to write when I can. This one was a comedy of errors and silliness. A little horror for those who have experienced kidney stones or been trapped by mad doctors. I'll start with why my output has slowed so dramatically. Not crying, just saying. Physical weakness and fatigue can be overwritten by will and determination, but eventually the flesh will fail. Back on Friday, 5/12/23, I had my biannual checkup. Doctor finally used the D word, as in, I'm afraid you are, and then went on about finding specific blah, blah, blah. Nothing new, just nice and finally have her admit it. Only slightly accusatory tone, because I won't go into the hospital for tests. I want to go in peace or pieces, however the Norns decide, but not at the whim of criminals and scrubs. I don't know why everyone else, starting with Doc, thinks they know what's best for me. They seemed outraged that I'm not outraged. I've been serene about the entire process. Okay, some of the pains and other symptoms are unpleasant, yet the knowledge doesn't bother me. I'm downright phlegmatic about it. I don't like the fact that I've noting between my nothing between my skin and bones but some small and ineffectual globules of musculature. I don't like the fatigue. However, the combination makes me marvelously wobbly on my feet and provides an occasional fun dizzy spell, like stepping from a merry-go-round. I find it fascinating, the way all life has been. I commented to one of my brothers a few years ago, purely offhand and without thought, that I would not see 60. I'll turn 59 on May 26th. At this rate, I won't see 60, thankfully. I've never wanted to be old, not cut out for it. I've seen a few other signs in the past year, starting with 2 mysterious white lilies springing up in my yard last year, day before my 58th. Later, it was 2 vultures in a city parking lot sidewalk, blocking my way into a medical building. Other bird sightings include an owl that called to me, and lots of vultures and crows. So many vultures and crows. Then Saturday rolled around and one of my side issues literally decided to light up my life. Kidney stone tried to pass and got stuck. Made me pretty ill. It wasn't the most intense pain I've had from one, but that's like saying that it hurts less to cut off a toe than a foot. I went to the stupid ER in Livingston, Texas. It was faster. First mistake. They got me doped up and convinced me that my urologist wanted me in Lufkin, ASAP, stat, whatever, because they said I had an infection and blah, blah, blah. I accepted, mainly due to the exceptional drugs they injected and a bit of fever. I don't use dope or booze, so they affect me. So does fever. I'm fun when I have one. Second mistake. I got to Lufkin. I recall that I was parked at Livingston ER. That's 50 miles from Livingston. Turns out the Livingston staff lied. I didn't have an infection. According to the new liars at Lufkin, I had the beginnings of poisoning from having my kidney backed up for a while. They intended to admit me in hopes of keeping me until my PE doctor could see me. By then I was coming off the dope and getting grouchy. Still loopy but angry, the Livingston turds had assured me that there was a shuttle service that would bring me back so I could get my car. I didn't have anybody I could ask to come get me, so I stalked out of the hospital and lit out for a familiar truck stop in hopes of offering money for a ride. Maybe the third mistake. Today my shins and ankles would argue for that. I made it 4 miles, took me 2 hours. Keep in mind that my muscles have melted. I was going on pure steam. I started at 12:30 a.m. Sunday morning. Happy Mother's Day to all of the wonderful women who've made that choice. I was dressed nicely and kept on my hospital wristband and the nice bandage from the IV. I must have looked like a zombie stumbling along the roadway. I made to Angelina College, about half a mile from the truck stop, when a car stopped. I didn't have much hope, but the nice gentleman of some 82 years, passing through Livingston on his way to Cleveland, I gratefully accepted. He set his cruise control at 26 miles per hour, and we were on our merry way. Took 2 hours to go 50 miles, but it was worth it. Had to listen to a sermon most of the way. Still worth it. No mistake on that one. The walk must have done some good. Sunday night I started to experience an odd, painful sensation in my barehood. I was already straining my stream, and I caught a 9mm stone. I've never passed one that big, intact, and I've passed many. Then today, I had to go back to see the P-Doc and pick up regular drugs from my regular doc. That's when the shins and ankles started to hurt. It had been several days, but I thought it was kind of fun. Dying man kicked around between hospitals, gets fed up, and walks off into the dark. No one wants to see the ruins of Lufkin by moonlight. Getting picked up by a fossil, urinating a megalith, has to crawl out of exhausted state and take care of follow-up BS, growl about it. Erg. So quoth this raven. I'm a little late getting to this one. My apologies to Michael on that. I am so sorry you're going through this. This is so difficult. And I know we all share that sentiment. You have shared so many wonderful stories. I don't know what I would have done without your stories, Bear. But, yeah, I look forward to each and every one, and I really hope you're feeling better. As does, I am sure, everyone. Another little note, off topic. I am doing a audiobook this month. And I have really overextended myself to do it because it's a big book. It's the biggest I've done. I will try to keep, 2 stories up a week, but if I slip, and I'll work on just getting the Mountains of Madness up for sure. But, yeah, I'm excited about the book, but it's going to take a lot. So, anyway, I hope you all have a lovely, lovely day. What? You're still here after the whole story? I really appreciate that, darlings. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. And I always love to hear from you. Have a glorious day, my darlings.